Welcome back to WCS America Premier League round of 16, day 1 over here. Yeah, that's right. We got a couple of people in the house and having a good time, and I'm having a good time as well. And Johan, there are very few things in life that make me more excited than casting a PvP with you. One of those things might happen tomorrow, but this is very close to it.
Man, you look pretty buff on camera with that shirt.
Yeah, it's very deceiving, right?
I did not expect these two players to meet in a losers match. I really thought they both would win. At least Oz. I mean, he's the runner-up from last season. You don't expect him to lose, especially to a Zerg too. It's like, what? How did this happen? And now going up against somebody like Pigbaby, I feel it's going to be very tricky. Remember what Oz won't say about PvP too? Yeah,
that backfired. He said something about PvP is no luck, it's pure skill, and anyone who disagrees with me can play me. Well, the next 3 tournaments he got a Protoss, and it didn't go very well for us. However, he definitely bounced back from that period. We were referring to something that happened a long time ago. This is 2012, and Oz used to play for Fnatic. But over the last 6 to 9 months, Oz has defeated so many good Protoss players, and for instance, someone like Liquid Hero, I think if you ask Hero, like, who is your nemesis? Well, he might say Tasia now, but Oz is definitely up there. Oz has defeated Hero a lot of times, and you don't defeat someone like Liquid's Hero if your PvP isn't pretty damn good. However, PvP is a lot about information, and I think you can attest to this. It's so important that you know your opponent, that you know his style, and of course you can never be 100% sure, but that you know at least like his comfort zone. And I feel there are a lot more games out there from Oz than there are from Pigbaby. So I would say that this is, out of all the matchups, this might actually be the biggest one, or the biggest advantage that you're going to get when it comes to information of you as a player being out there.
Yeah, but the same thing could be said about Pigbaby versus Hart, and in the end, I guess he didn't really help him all that much. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if Oz seems kind of lost as to what Pigbaby could do. I'm guessing Oz will play a little bit more passive overall. Like, he likes to play aggressive, but more controlled aggression, whereas Pigbaby, I feel like he has a bit more of an explosive style in comparison. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see something like some blink play with some observers, some expansion here and there. I don't think these guys, they commit all that much on one base. And if one of them was to do it, I feel like it would be more Pigbaby than Oz.
Yeah, I definitely think you're onto something there. Oz has shown us in the past that, yes, he can definitely be surprising, as PvP is all about, surprising your opponent every now and then, but he is comfortable in late game as well. See some beautiful transitions by him, even into Tempest. And Tempest, there are still units that you don't see them very often, but this definitely changes, and it depends a lot on who's playing who. There are two types of Protoss players out there, but if you play the defensive ones, well, it's almost guaranteed these days that you'll see some Tempest one way or the other. Of course, maps are important. Either way, I'm really excited. I see in the corner of my eye already that both players are standing on stage. So the map vetoes are just a couple of seconds away.
Yeah, Tikomish with his Iron Stash is going to rule the map veto as always. That stash, man. The stash.
The stash. Like, his nickname
so epic.
Should just be like the stash with a dot behind it, very clean. No capital letters. The stash. Can someone make a Twitter account for this guy already? Either way, as you guys can see, the map veto process is about to begin. Johan, my prediction is that we'll be left with Frost, Overgrowth, and...
King Sejong or Habitation? Actually, Merry-Go-Round.
Station.
Merry-Go-Round. No, what?
I'm going crazy. This is a risky prediction, but I've been on fire the last week when it comes to World Cup predictions.
I've seen Way Station actually being played more often than I thought it would be in this matchup. Merry-Go-Round, no surprise here.
So this is where things get excited.
Yeah, I would say Way Station would make sense as a veto here, and maybe, well, I guess all the other maps really seem fine. Maybe Habitation Station. Wouldn't be surprised to see that one go as well. Can be tricky a little bit to play on it, whereas the other 3 really seem standard. King Sejong sometime. Some players, I really feel like it's a map you either love it or you hate it. And yeah, Habitation. Man, I'm on the money today.
You are. Like, I tried to go risky. I like the big payouts. This would have been like a 5-to-1 prediction, but unfortunately I failed. It's okay. Let's take a look at the map picks. Of course, it shouldn't matter that much, but it's always nice to start on your favorite map, as Overgrowth is going to be the map pick for Pigbaby. How I see Overgrowth is like Overgrowth kind of replays what Cloud Kingdom used to be a long time ago. I feel the maps are a little similar. Of course, they play out different. It's a new map that plays out differently, but in a way I felt that Cloud Kingdom was the map that almost everybody liked as well, and I feel that Overgrowth has sort of taken that position as the 2-player map that's even designed a little similar. It's different, but I can see the resemblance. You're not going to agree with me, are you? I saw your face. This is Todd's face when like he's like pretending like he likes what you say, and then he's like, no, well, I wouldn't really agree with that. Just teasing you, Johan.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like these maps, we see them a lot in the PvPs, and overall, they all kind of play the same way. There is a map here and there where there is other locations where you can hide stuff at, and overall, I guess they all been explored fairly equally. Like you always know how and where to scout, when to take a third base differently on one map or another, and also like the matchup has evolved so much. It's really come a long way. Like nowadays, you know when to put down your extra gateways when you have, say, for example, 16 and 16 probes on the middle line. You always know how to react to some Colossus tech. You almost never see something crazy like you used to. I remember back on Neoplanet S and all these maps, there was these new builds that were coming out all the time that nobody knew how to counter. Say, for example, if you were opening Blink and you were up against a Robo, and your opponent made like a double Stargate, everybody was like, oh my god, like he has double Stargate. What do I do after the Blink? And people kind of choked against that. They made too many Colossus. They died left and right against Naniwa up until finally we started figuring this out. And now, StarCraft is at a point where it's so competitive that everybody knows exactly what they have to do. And sometimes that means also like you even see your death coming. Because you see the situation, you assess it, and you're like, oh my god, I'm in such a bad position. I know what I have to do, but I missed my timing, or I missed my transition in comparison to my opponent. I've been outsmarted, and it's just going to be so difficult to be able to come back from there. But even in that department, players have gotten so much better. There used to be a time where only the great players could pull a comeback, say by going for like Dark Templars and Observer and trying that stuff. But now almost everybody knows about that. There is a lot of VODs out there, a lot of tutorials, a lot of high-level tournaments, and PvP has come a long way, in short.
And a lot of expert Protoss commentators as well, Johan. That helps a lot. Spreading the wisdom here and there. First map is almost good to go as both players are in the lobby and they're already spamming go, go, go. Johan, pretty much I feel like these days you cannot go a cast without teasing me about like a Mothership Core dying in the middle of the map or something like that.
Are we going to see some of those?
I think we're going to see a Mothership Core die because I definitely think that these two players are going to play a little risky, especially in game one, because if there's a map to take some risk, then it might just be game one. You know, if you ask me to make a prediction right now, and I'm just going to do it even though we shouldn't do it, I think Oz is going to open up with a double gateway and a Twilight behind it. Pigbaby on the other end might just go for one gate and then start stacking.
All right. Since you want to play the prediction game, I'm going to say Pigbaby is going to do a double gateway opener, Stalkers, into a third gate, and then aggression. That's what he did before. I think it was against Huck, and he won with it. So you don't change your winning strategy.
True, but that was online. This is offline. Now he can actually micro, so he can like rely more on the late game potential.
30 seconds into the game, you're already disagreeing with me. I like it, man.
This is what I do, Shay. This is what I do, Johan. Either way, over here in the left bottom side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, currently teamless. It is Pigbaby. And Pigbaby will go up against the runner-up of WCS America Premier League Season 1. He had a fantastic run. He's representing Planet Key Dynamics. It is Oz. A lot of support for Oz.
Pigbaby, who used to play for Ginair Green Wings, I believe.
Yep.
Whereas Oz has been on various teams. He was on FXO.
Were you ever teammates with Oz? Were you on Fnatic at the same time? Yeah.
He was on FXO, then Fnatic, then EG. And now he plays for Planet Key. He plays Pro League for IM, right? I think so.
You're putting me on the spot here, Johan. I hate it when you
He has
do
an
that.
IM jacket. Makes sense. I think he plays a few games here and there.
Or he's just a big fan.
Possible as well.
The head guy, like he actually secretly Oz has tried like 74 times to join Incredible Miracle, but they just keep shutting him down. He's like, fine, I'll just buy the jacket myself. Just kidding, of course. See both assimilators being taken immediately for Oz, and the same thing is happening on the other side of the map for Pigbaby.
They went for the exact same scout for proxies, by the way. Just a little bit outside their natural, even around the third base, see if there could be some gateways there. What is that pylon? Isn't that the second time Pigbaby has made that pylon?
Yeah, the first time he did it, I think it was his first pylon, and I was like freaking out. I was like, what is it? What?
Faster?
I was like, I don't think so.
What if somebody comes in and like puts down another pylon on the right hand side of that one?
Yeah,
and
then
some probes.
A couple of probes will be stuck, that's for sure. I was like, what does this mean? And then I realized that there is actually just space for a pylon, so it doesn't really mean anything. But I was losing it for a second there, yo, and I was like, mind was blown. I was like, this is gonna be so sick. He's just gonna play a normal PvP. Okay, I'll take it. We see a Zealot on the production tab for Pigbaby, while we do see the second gate being wiped in for us.
I think he's going to cancel that Zealot and start a Stalker. That's exactly what he does. No second gateway for either player. Oh, no, actually, there is a for us.
Yeah, and who was that guy who predicted it again?
No, I predicted it for Pigbaby.
Yeah, I know. This handsome guy with the purple shirt. Oh. Okay,
you said into what?
2 gate into a Twilight.
Okay. Maybe keeping an eye on that. Pigbaby. Wouldn't surprise me if you... Oh, wow.
On the money, son! I said that as well. I said Pigbaby 1 gate into a heavy attack building. You know, Todd, I know you think I lost my passion, but the opposite is true. Passion is overflown.
I never said that, man. You're running hot these days, that's all.
You just suggested it. That even hurt it more.
Oh my god.
Oh, snap.
Alright, take it away. I'm just gonna shut up.
Well, Todd, there are, you know, every now and then Flo might need a break, so we can also bring you in as dedicated observer. Just kidding, Johan. Either way, we'll see. Ooh, this is cool though. Pigbaby going for 1 gate Stargate, and then he followed it up with the Nexus.
This is unusual, the way he did this. Like, he did a Stalker first, then a Sentry, then a Stargate. Usually you will do Sentry, Nexus, Stalker, and then Stargate. So now he's mixed it up here a little bit. He might be able to confuse his opponent with the way he's done this. But going with the Oracle first here, I'm not sure if I like that. I feel like maybe Phoenixes would have been better here.
I think this is a really risky strat, and as soon as Oz is going to figure out what's going on... By the way, there is a Mothership Core.
He gets Robo instead of additional gateways.
No. There is a Mothership Core going down in the left side of the... Now, the Robo might not be that bad, because he can get Immortals out, and he's definitely going to need them against Blink Stalkers. There's one more gate for Oz is going to go down, but he will have indeed very few units to work with. Mothership Core is going to scout the majority of the tech buildings. He's going to see the Robo as well. And what do you think from this point on? Oz is going to be like Stalkers and Stalkers only, or?
Yeah, but he's going to expand.
Alright.
He sends a probe down the ramp for Nexus. He saw everything that he has to see. That means he can skip the Robo for a long time. That's Oracle here. Not going to do too much. AK, nothing for now.
You know, if this Oracle would have been a Phoenix, Johan, the Mothership Core would have died. It didn't have enough energy yet to recall.
Thanks, Roddy. If, and if. Oz he's proxying a pylon across the map. He's going to be on 3 gateways here soon. The thing is, if he moves across the map with some of his Stalkers, he's not going to have them back at home to defend against the Oracle. And since he had to recall, he doesn't have the Photon Overcharge, and he's not going to have it soon. So we'll see. If he wants to still be aggressive, this pylon obviously means he has the capability to be.
Yep, and Pigbaby is still completely unaware of that pylon as well.
Yeah.
He did rob Revelation in the main base, which of course is nice, but also means that the Oracle wasted most of his energy. It seemed like he accidentally... the Oracle actually accidentally activated Pulsar Beam, so he doesn't have energy at all. If Oz wanted to try to make something happen, then this is definitely the moment for it, as the Oracle has 0 energy, and even his Mothership Core is gathering up on energy.
Double Stalker was swapped in across the map. They might actually catch a probe. That's the funny thing.
And he might actually be able to pick up 1 or 2 more. So not that bad.
Yeah, 2 volleying these probes here. Blinks away. Oh, the force field! He's not gonna catch these Stalkers and lock them down, so Oz does get away for now. The quick forge here, I really like that by Oz. In expansion, against expansion, you always need to get those upgrades going ASAP. And Pigbaby does have his going up just a little bit behind Oz's. The walker counts in Pigbaby's favor. And he's getting Immortals way faster, by the way. 3 in total. I feel like Pigbaby, there's a few timings this is going to open up for him.
Yeah, he's going to have a pretty sick Immortal answer against all these Blink Stalkers. And there are only 8 so far. I was a little bit surprised that Oz didn't push. Probes. Yeah, the probes are being transferred. Photon Overcharge will go down. Are there Stalkers in the main? Yes, there are. The Oracle will get sniped. So that is good news for Oz. But do you think that he's able to do a whole lot of, you know, magic on the other side of the map with 10 Stalkers against 3 Immortals?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. He's going to need some Zealots to tank. It's the only way. With pure Stalker, there's no way he's going to be able to do anything here. I mean, he doesn't even have a Mothership Core to try and go for a Time Warp either. So there's going to be a lot of mobility here for Pigbaby. He does have some sentries, but he's used some hallucinations, so he's going to have... Oh, he uses another one! That means no Guardian Shield. That could really help Oz here.
Yep, one of the Immortals is a little bit exposed. Even Derbs, one Immortal does get picked off immediately, but it wasn't for free. The Stalkers did take quite a bit of damage. But during all this, Johan, Oz already going up to 3 bases. And I kind of like this, because in this phase in the game, he's like selling the idea that he wants to be really aggressive. And he does need to catch up a tiny bit when it comes to economy, as he was down 6, 7, 8 workers for a certain amount of time in this game.
Oz needs to cut corners right now. He knows it, and because of that, he goes for that very quick third base. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into charge. He's already started that and drops down basically 5 additional gateways so that he could go up to 8 ASAP, get a Templar Archive, Zealot Archon to make sure he can defend. The thing is, Pigbaby could do the same thing, go up to 8 gate on 2 bases, and do a timing on that third base, but he needs to see it first.
Yep.
He still hasn't seen it.
Exactly, he needs to see it. He does have the Immortal count, but he doesn't have Blink yet. So if he moves out now, there's a good chance that he's going to lose quite a few units, that he's going to lose the reinforcements, and that everything will be slowed down. Oz is firing up charge as quick as he can, because he really does need something that is good against the Immortals. And of course, Zealot with charge is pretty damn good.
Pigbaby is gonna go for a timing, man.
He's gonna see it, by the way, Jon. The Phoenix will scout the Nexus on the top side of the map, so he knows exactly what he's playing up against. Oz, however, though, if he gets, he needs to buy time with the Blink Stalkers. Yeah. That is the moral of this story, correct?
Yes, exactly. He might try to counter-attack here to force back those Immortals. Actually, he's gonna get caught up position here. Time Warp will go down. It goes down.
Sick time warp there. I really liked it, because he's going to get a couple of guaranteed kills. And 5 Stalkers are just not that intimidating. They won't be able to snipe a whole lot of units. If you take a look at army supply now, it's 55 against 32. There are a lot of gateways, though, for Oz.
Yes.
And Oz can always decide to perhaps sacrifice the third base.
Pigbaby is already on 8 gateways. Oz is on 6. He's adding on some extra ones, but I feel like it might be a little too late. Pigbaby's cut pro production earlier at 46. That means he's got so much more army supply, 71 army supply to 44. Yeah. I just don't see how he's going to be able to hold this.
And above all, it is 5 Immortals for Pigbaby against 0 for Oz. Yes, Oz is getting a bunch of Archons. Yes, he does have charge, but right now he's just going to laugh in the face of danger, which is called Photon Overcharge. He's just going to work on this Nexus immediately, and Nexus do die very, very quickly against 5 Immortals. He picks up the Warp Prism. Now that is a start for Oz.
Yeah, but Pigbaby just has so much here. He doesn't even have charge. He doesn't need charge. All he needs is Zealot, Archons, and those 5 Immortals that are never going to be attacked, basically. They're going to deal all the damage in the world. Yeah,
the Archon gets picked up immediately. Oz's army is kind of trapped. He's trying to wipe in a bunch of Stalkers, but I'm afraid this one is all over. But the crying Pigbaby with a pretty convincing Game 1 victory over the WCS America Premier League Season 1 runner-up, who will right now have his tournament life on the line for the next 2 maps that he plays. And that is pretty surprising, Johan.
It is surprising, man. I cannot believe Oz once again is on the verge of elimination. He did lose that first match. I do think it was an upset, and now this time, Pigbaby clearly outdid him. By just playing a standard and solid side, again, Oz was the one trying stuff here. He was the one trying to go for Blink to do some damage, and that build order of Pigbaby countered perfectly what Oz was doing. A few alternatives that Oz could have gone for is maybe make a force gateway instead of an expansion and commit to the Blink aggression, but again, it's very hard to pull off on this map and against this build, because Pigbaby only makes an Oracle. He doesn't get any Void Ray, no Phoenix. He's just a single Oracle, so it doesn't slow him down all that much, just a little bit. Behind this, the Quick Robo. That means if Oz also had done, say, something like double gateway into a third gateway and a lot of Stalkers aggression, I think he could have been able to kill his opponent here. So Oz definitely needs to finally start and get a little bit luckier with the build order here. That will really help.
Yeah, I think it's really funny how that game played out, because do you think if he wouldn't have used the Mothership Core for scouting, it would have been at home, it would have had energy for Photon Overcharge. Do you think he has more courage to go across the map and really try to make something happen with his Blink Stalkers?
Yes, he would, for sure.
All right. Well, nice, we agreed. My man. All right,
every once in a while, man.
we are getting ready for game number 2. It is going to be played on King Seong Station, as Oz will have his tournament live on the line for the next 2 games. Or are we even going to see 2 games? That would be very surprising. Pigbaby, the relatively unknown Protoss, of course, if you follow the scene very closely, you will have seen a couple of games from him here and there. But he hasn't really been around the world like us. He hasn't been making those deep tournament runs like us. However, he's currently up 1-0, and he's spawning in the left top side of the map. Give it up for Pigbaby.
Oz here. He definitely needs to step it up, man.
I thought that was your introduction. You looked at the base and you're like, Oz. You just didn't say anything. That was clean. I liked it.
It's enough for the audience, man.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're curious to see what we will see on the second map. This map, of course, plays out a little different than Overgrowth. I think in general it's a pretty good map for Stargate play. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it, but I also wouldn't be too surprised to see one of the players trying to bust out some 3-gateway aggression, you know, double gate opener with a third one somewhere.
Are they
not really hidden, but
after scouting for proxies? No, Pigbaby is gonna go back, and so is Oz, I think. Okay, so they only check for proxies. No scout right after. They want the money, man.
Yeah, they want those extra 15 minerals before they will like decide to, you know what, I am going to scout after all, because I do kind of want to see what is marching across the map.
Oz is delaying his second gas. He's actually going to go for a second pylon before that. Interesting. And yet he still has the later gateway than Pigbaby.
Yeah.
What's happening to Oz, man?
He could just drop the cybernetic score and take the gas after that. Very old school by Oz. Now he's going to scout, and I guess now he's going to drop the gas. Excuse me.
So is Pigbaby. And Pigbaby doing 2+2 on his earlier gas this year. Oz mining with 3, of course, in the initial gas that he took. That pylon placement by Oz. You know what you can do with that second pylon?
Tell me.
You can get a Twilight up there and the Dark Shrine down there.
No, that's dirty. Why would anyone do that?
Yeah, because like it's less likely to be scouted later on when there is some kind of hallucination, or even a mothership core flying in. If a guy flies in and say you make
checks,
if you get the Twilight, especially on your first pylon, and then the Dark Shrine down there, nobody will ever check, I feel.
Man, that's actually cool. I haven't really thought about it like that. We see the second gateway being whapped in for Pigbaby. Is he going to go up to 3 gateways this game as well, Johan? You said it in game 1. It's definitely something that he has shown before. I remember casting a couple of his games in WCS America Challenger, and I wouldn't be super surprised to see him doing it.
What do you make of like
Oz's build?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go Stargate, but that's just me. This is a wild prediction.
Look at his pylons. What do they mean? Maybe they mean nothing. He just wants to get some sort of a scout.
Maybe it's 1-gate Nexus?
Yeah, since he's getting the sentry.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go 1-gate Nexus. Well, Pigbaby on the end did wrap in the Twilight, so it's a 2-gate Twilight opening for Pigbaby in this game. It's basically taking Oz's opening from game number 1. Will most likely expand behind this and then drop the Robo eventually. Unless he wants to make
Oh my god. Oz goes for a Robo on one base. The last time I saw this was in Wings of Liberty.
1-gate Robo with 2 more gateways. Make sure to whap in 4 sentries and then you can expand, guys. Well, we see 1 more gate being added by Pigbaby before he drops anything else. He did get the Twilight, of course, so there is a chance that he's going to be reasonably aggressive with his 3-gateway Twilight. You know, as funny as it is, this build from Oz works pretty well against the build from Pigbaby.
Yeah, somehow he might have been able to kind of foresee that this would come. And you know what? Since he's going to fly in there and see that he's up against Blink, I feel like he's going to be in a great shape in this game, at least early on. And, well, he should be able to recall, but there's already 2 Stalkers. He's going to have to do it quick.
Yep, he doesn't.
Of course, dying, man.
no.
It's happening.
He has enough energy for a recall, and he's actually not even going to recall. He's just going to fly it away. Will take some damage. Has to be careful. On the same time, on the other side of the map, one of his stalkers from Pigbaby takes a little bit of damage. There is a pylon going up though, and it's pretty close. Also going to have to be careful. But even when you play it like this, now his Nexus is so much later. Like there really doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, other than the fact that his 1 Immortal is out a little bit quicker.
Pigbaby is going to commit to aggression, man. That's why he's whopping in a lot of Stalkers across the map right now. It's really good for us that he saved that Mothership core, but he's going all the way around the map right now. Is he going to be able to reach his natural early enough to get the Photon Overcharge? Well, I guess he delayed that a lot as well. So I mean, the Nexus is still not up.
But he's going to have an Immortal so much quicker than people normally do, because instead of going 1-gate Nexus Robo, he went 1-gate Robo Nexus. So this 1 Immortal is definitely going to do some work, and Pigbaby is probably like, oh, an Immortal already?
Yeah, and he loses a Stalker here. You're not supposed to let that happen. Pigbaby's taking to Observer. Oh no, he cancelled that. He was getting a Robo, and then he saw the Immortal. He's like, well, you can't have DTs and Immortals, so he cancelled that. So he's gonna. This is an all-in basically.
Stalkers are going to do some work. Imagine if he had 1 sentry over here. Mothership core is getting there. It's not that just yet though, so there's some real damage taken on this Nexus, but with 2 Immortals, Oz will be able to push these units away from Pigbaby for now.
Oh, and Pigbaby, since he cancelled the Robo, he cannot get his own Observer to blink up the ramp, so he could only engage down there. He knows that there's going to be photon overcharge. He knows there's enough immortals. He just starts his own expansion.
So did he start a robo and he cancelled it?
Yeah, he started a robo early on, and then when he started the immortal, he's like, well, you can't have DTs, I don't need robo.
All right, he's going to do some work trying to pick up one of these immortals. He blinks forward. I'm not sure how I feel about this, Johan. He's going to get both sentries as well, but he's going to lose quite a few stalkers in the process. The photon overcharge is very late. Wow, so sick. He saves like almost all of them.
He misclicked as well. He didn't finish that immortal for some time. He spared him.
Yeah, but in the end, as bizarre as that was actually reasonably okay for Pigbaby, as he killed both sentries and the immortal. It's going to be a little harder for us to scout.
Oz finds himself in a situation where he's quite a few probes ahead right now. 2 bases much earlier than his opponent.
Yeah,
Pigbaby, knowing that, he's going to try for something maybe a little bit special. He skips the robo still. He gets a forge. Okay, now he starts the robo, I guess. He gets the forge for the quick +1. And he played the game like this before, earlier in the tournaments, where he went, again, up to 8 gateways, made charge lots and Archons just to basically play a standard game from there and just.
Oh my god, all these stalkers are so trapped, Johan. The probes are being pulled. Sick play there by Oz. Now the blink will be on cooldown. I think all stalkers will fall.
Counter-attack?
That was a very, very questionable move for...
Counter-attack or not?
Yeah, I would say yes. Just march across the map and win. Right now there are like 3 sentries out on the map. Once 2 more stalkers being wiped in. Not really the unit you want to get in this phase in the game either.
Robo Bay instead of counter-attacking.
I don't think it really matters what Oz does from this point. Well, they're even in work, so we shouldn't say that. These stalkers, they would have probably fall eventually anyway, but obviously you wanted to get a little more work done with them than he did, and losing all of them gives up a lot of the map control that you have and makes it a lot easier for Oz to decide to march across the map whenever he wants to.
And again, guys, Oz needs this win here. He's on the verge of elimination. He's the runner-up for the previous season. Imagine if he lost here in the round of 16.
That would be a big upset, and also because I believe from all the players today, he is the closest one to being in one of the top 16 spots, which of course at the end of the year will qualify you for the big final, which will most likely be played on BlizzCon. I don't think the official word is out there yet, but you want to be top 16 WCS at the end of the year because that's when you will compete for the biggest title out there. Basically, you will be the world champion of StarCraft 2. Losing today would definitely hurt Oz's chances a little bit. He still has WCS America Season 3. He still has other tournaments, but if he lost here, it's going to slow his run down a little bit. Yeah,
he's in 19th position. I think if he won right now, he's almost sure to be in there. If he won that season, so
yeah,
definitely wants that. Pigbaby adding on a few additional gateways again, as he has 16 mineral probes. That is natural. This is the timing you really want to add a lot of tech structures before making on any new additional probes. Those 3 stalkers at the third base of Oz, they might be needed for the defense here. Pigbaby back at home, he has like 2 immortals, 3 zealots, and sentries, and they're like spread out in a very funny way, by the way.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. These 3 stalkers also a very odd number because 3 stalkers don't even kill probes all that quick. It's either, you know, make 2 or 4, but 3 doesn't really make the difference. The Mothership Core from Oz is still at home, so these stalkers won't even be able to buy a whole lot of time for Pigbaby. So this game looks good though for Oz, Johan. He has to be careful because force fields, photon overcharge and time warp is still a hard thing to attack into.
This is an all-in here by Oz, I think. Well, I mean, a very committed timing. Let's just call it that. Because he made 1 Colossus, no thermal lens. This is unusual. And he's whopping in a lot of stalkers. This is not durable, but it's going to make that timing that much stronger. 64 army supply for Oz, 55 for Pigbaby.
This is a very old school attack, just 1 Colossus to break the force fields if necessary. This is actually going pretty okay for Pigbaby so far. These Immortals were exposed, Johan. 2 Immortals have gone down already. There's still 1 more Immortal left. Photon Overcharge starts working on the real Colossus now. Oh, an Immortal being dropped on the high ground. Sick play there from Oz. He will be able to snipe the Colossus, but does he have enough left to break Pigbaby over here? Well, yeah, big Zealot wipe in. I guess Oz will have enough. But it was well, it's not over yet. Yeah,
both players are on 7 gateways. The probe will be pulled here. A lot of them are going to die. It feels like Oz is really winning this now. The War Prism doesn't pick up the Colossus on time. And wow, that Colossus is stuck between Mass Zealots and Immortal.
Sick War Prism play over here by Oz. In the middle of a PvP fight like this, we don't really see it being used all that often, but he utilized that very well. And Oz will pick up game 2, so his tournament life is still alive. And he is still in the running for all those juicy WCS points. And of course, all those esports dollars as well. There was some cool War Prism play there, Johan. In game number 2, he picked up the Immortal, dropped it on the high ground, sniped the Colossus. If he didn't do that, The start of the fight, the start of the engagement went surprisingly poor for us. The force wheels were great from Pigbaby, and he got a couple of really good shots off on the Immortals, and he was also using the photon overcharge to snipe the Colossus. Then he stopped, but eventually he went back to it.
Yeah.
Good warp race and play by us, otherwise it could have been really dicey.
Do you think there is a way Pigbaby could have defended this a little bit better, maybe?
I think he did a phenomenal job, considering the fact how his army looked, the position that he was in. I think he did a really good job. Maybe if he would have used Photon Overcharge on the Warp Prism immediately, because that Warp Prism twice warped in a lot of Zealots. Also those 6-7 Zealots, you know, they start taking or participating in the fight immediately. They are, as soon as they are warped in, they are part of the fight. Well, normally a warp in Thailand is always down the ramp or a little further away. So maybe he should have prioritized the Warp Prism over anything else. But other than that, I think he did a pretty good job because he was in a pretty bad position.
This game was weird. Strategically, from Oz, we saw something we hadn't seen in a very long time, a quick robo. I have to wonder what was his thought process. I can't wait to ask him later on. But first, we need to play that last game. We need to figure out who's going to be eliminated here, because one of those two great players here is going to be eliminated. What better map than Frost to play it on? And I know I could have said it about any map, but I really mean it when I say Frost.
Yes, because everybody loves Frost. You guys love Frost. We love Frost, and all
Frost
the players.
Family.
Wow. Mr. Bitter is in the house, by the way, guys. That passion is overwhelming for Bitter as well. Decided to take a day off of Red Bull. He's like, you know what? I'm going to leave the Nintendo GameCube alone for today. I will not play Smash Bros. At the office. I will drive down to Burbank and watch some StarCraft. Bitter, we miss you and we love you. Either way, over here on the left top side of the map, we have the Red Protoss player, tournament live on the line for him now as well. It is Pigbaby.
And his opponent starting in the bottom right-hand corner. He plays for Team Planet Kiss. We have Oz. Oz is definitely the local favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a much bigger name than Pigbaby as far as following goes. Being the runner-up of the previous season, he's been around for a long time. Pigbaby, not quite a big name just yet, but if he was to beat Oz there and make it out of this group, it could be a good start for him. I don't think there is a way for him to qualify for the global finals at the end of the year, but well, I mean, he will have to go on a sick rampage.
Yeah.
Like, he will need to win this season and maybe
I'm pretty
win
sure
the
if
next
he
one.
wins like Season 2 and Season 3, he'll be in, Johan.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
What?
It's
Polt
so
has done. Polt has done it. Why, if Polt can do it, Pigbaby can do it.
Yeah, but Polt was already a big household name
That's
at
true.
the time. And he became Captain America with those wins.
No, I mean, like, for anyone, it's still possible. Anyone who's here right now in the round of 16, if you make it to the top 4, you pick up a lot of points, and then suddenly next season you win the entire thing, there's a very good shot that you will qualify for the big WCS Grand Final at the end of the year. But of course, you know, Season 2 doing well in this season alone is already very important. There is so much money on the line. The winner will walk away with $25,000. That is not nothing, Johan.
Yes, it's not. Well, I want a prediction again out of you here in this game. You've been doing well. I want you to start doing bad again, like it usually is.
Wow.
So
wow. It's hard. I think on Frost we're going to see pretty straight up play. I'm expecting one gate Twilight over here from Pigbaby. Also on the other end decides to open up with a double gateway. So maybe double gate Twilight or maybe double gate Expand. It's hard. I think Pigbaby one gate Twilight this time. And Oz maybe 2-gate Twilight. I think Frost is a pretty okay map for Twilight Council.
It's funny how you say that anything's possible, because right now I'm actually ahead of Pigbaby in the WCS World Rankings. I mean, rank 65.
Well, Johan, if there's anyone I believe in, it's you. For a split second, I even thought about selecting you for my ESL fantasy
Oh my god,
team.
and you didn't.
No, then I did it. Then I came to my senses.
Thanks, Kev.
I'm sorry, Johan. I just like when you play, I'm always caught up. Like it's like I'm not sure what to cheer for. Either I want you to do well, or I want you to lose so you can cast. Because I enjoy you, Johan. So it's like, you can see it as a win-win, but it's also a lose-lose.
Flattery is not going to work here, though.
No, I like to body a biscuit every now and then, because sometimes I come across mean, and I don't want you to think that I'm mean to you.
Too late.
Either way, Manish, of course, heading out. It's going to be a one-gate expand for Pigbaby, so Johan was right about me being wrong, that's for sure. We'll see what Oz is going to do. It's 2 gateways so far. If he goes for one more gate, he can start doing some pretty serious work, I think, on the other side of the map.
That building position here for Oz in his main base is a little bit dicey. It looks like something could be trapped very easily in there. You have to be very careful when you go for this kind of play. But I don't think it's going to happen here.
Well, real meta build here by Pigbaby. One gate Nexus followed up by the Stargate. This is something that you can pull off every now and then. It's a pretty risky build. And it can work out great, but if Oz decides to open up with 3 gateways here, which he won't because he's firing up 2 sentries, but if he would have, I really think that Pigbaby would have been in some serious trouble and won't be able to defend his natural.
I think this build by Pigbaby here, right now, is one of the best builds if you don't get hard countered. Like if you don't get hard countered, you're in good shape against everything. And a hard counter, I guess, will be, say, like a 1 or 2 gate into 3 gate heavy pressure with a pylon up the ramp and lots of stalkers being warped there. Maybe a quick Stargate, in which case you're facing a lot of Phoenixes and you have your own Stargate, you can never catch up. But then you have the advantage of the expansion, but your opponent can take his own expansion after starting to make some Phoenixes, so you're not in good shape. But anyway, in this case, being
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Being up against a much later expansion here by Oz, if Pigbaby realizes the situation he's in, and look, he's scouting now, he saw the expansion.
Yeah.
He only has to chrono boost out probes, put on some pressure with the 1 Oracle that he has, and he's in a great position.
I wouldn't have even mind to see him make a few Phoenixes. I know those Phoenixes would be a little late, and it isn't commitment, but I really think that 3 or 4 Phoenixes would pay for themselves eventually. The Oracle is already going to do some work, but if you follow that with Phoenixes, it's going to be really annoying for us. He's going to lose a bunch of probes throughout, you know, the next 3, 4, 5 minutes. He will not have Blink in the near future as he opened or he followed up the expand with a Robo. So I really think a few Phoenixes wouldn't have been bad. But that's not going to be the case for us, or excuse me, Pigbaby. But I am curious to see how well his Oracle will do. That is currently still sitting at the top of his ramp, which I'm a little bit surprised by, Johan.
Yeah, I think...
Is he worried about DTs or something?
Yeah, the thing is, he saw absolutely no tech in Oz's space.
He saw the Robo.
Yeah, but he saw double gateway. He saw a late Robo. Usually, when you get a Robo like this, you have 3 gates. Like, he saw absolutely no Twilight, so he's like, you might have hidden a Dark Shrine on the map. You might have gone for the hashtag Roddy build, so...
That's not a Roddy build. You know Roddy doesn't make DTs. Roddy doesn't do TTs.
Roddy doesn't?
Unless they really think I don't do TTs, then I'll do
Exactly! Exactly, so it's perfect now. This is what could have happened here, and this is what Pigbaby thought could have happened. I really like that Pigbaby, every time he's in expansion versus expansion scenario, the first thing that he does is get a Forge. Because he's going to be so far ahead with those upgrades that it could actually mean that he can hit a few timings that could work out very, very well with +2 or +3, usually not +1.
This is an interesting army. Oz probably thinks that's a fake Oracle because it's so late. He tickles it for a second. This Oracle is going to fly in an exposed mineral line, Johan. I really think that Oz thought that Oracle was fake. He thought it was a hallucination,
Maybe
but
that's
it's
why.
not.
Also, he kept it at home.
Yeah.
Sick mind game.
Sick mind game. He's going to force 3 defensive Stalkers, which is always nice already. Some mining time being lost. Does Pigbaby have enough on the other side of the map to defend, though? He has only a single Immortal at the moment.
Oz is going for some all-in here.
Yeah, so do all in, I'd say. I mean, there is a follow-up, but if he needs to do damage with this as well. He needs to start trading well. Do you think he has nothing to break force fields, but he does have a lot of force fields on its own.
Yeah, more than his opponent.
Yeah,
5
yes.
centuries.
Wow, also has a lot of force fields. He might actually just go for the Nexus. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, he might. You want to force field the army of your opponent away and go for the Nexus. Oh, he traps one of those Immortals.
Yeah, bad start of this fight so far for us. The new Immortal rise for Pigbaby as well. I don't think that the longer Oz waits, the worse it's going to get for him.
Ooh.
He's bringing the Mothership Core now as well, but the Colossus is on the production tab for Pigbaby. If that Colossus is out, it's going to be real good for Pigbaby.
Yeah, and the Oracle was going to go back to try and defend, but then Pigbaby realized that enough. So he's flying towards the natural. There is only one Stalker, another one being warped in here. He's going to start sniping on some of these probes.
It's already good, Johan. He's already forcing defensive weapons, and I think Oz is realizing that the window of opportunity that he perhaps had is gone. I really think if he would have wiped in 3 Zealots on the other side of the map, force field the army next to the mineral line and just go for the Nexus and drop a force field on the ramp as well. He had like 5, 6 sentries. That is so much force field. I think with that one Immortal and a few Zealots in the mix, he could have killed the Nexus and then just run to the other side of the map again and go home.
Pigbaby is ahead on Colossus tech, he's ahead with the +1, but they get the Twilight at the same time. So if both players choose to be passive from now, which I guess could be expected, I guess the game's gonna equalize and Oz might be able to catch up a little bit on some of those things.
One lonely zealot is just running in the middle of the map, checking for things. Oz does have a small worker advantage, which is remarkable considering the fact that Pigbaby killed 8 probes. I think Pigbaby was very worried about his attack. I think he really thought that Oz was going to go all out, just sacrifice everything, try to win, you know.
But that means he has way more army on the other hand, with 2 Colossi on the map, a 3rd one on the way, whereas Oz is only now getting his first Colossus. Honestly, there is a very strong timing I feel that Pigbaby could hit, but he goes for the 3rd base, which is immediately seen by a pylon that Oz had there. Oh, he's going for a cancel. He's going. No, okay, no, he sends those away. Why?
I'm not sure.
Oh, he's regrouping with his army.
Yeah, the army is marching across the map. So it's 55 against 54 now. He doesn't really want to sacrifice any units before the battle starts. This is going to be a really interesting moment. It's a risky moment as well. The Oracle on the other end in the right bottom side of this map is once more going to fly in. Just drops the Revelation, but it keeps units at home.
He could have killed a lot of probes there. There was nothing. Just 2
he's definitely going to go for the cancel now, Johan. On the top side, we see the Mothership Core with the army. All he wants to do, and Pigbaby is completely unaware of this army of Oz. He will find that first pylon, but he's going to most likely take a lot of damage on the Nexus, and Oz is going to recall out as soon as he can. I think he's going to get it, Johan. He's going to get a cancel on this Nexus and just recall home, and that would be a big play.
Well, and he waited until it was almost done. It's not even going to be cancelled. Some sentries start dying. He loses an Immortal as well.
Yeah,
that was an expensive snipe. Actually, I didn't think he was going to lose that much before sniping it.
I think he waited a very long time. He was afraid that he would recall out before getting the kill. But yeah, he did end up losing 2 sentries and an Immortal. Then again, now since there are so many Colossus, the sentries is not the end of the world. The Immortal, however, you definitely want to keep those alive because they will be useful for the next, 10, 12 minutes in this game. Immortals are basically always useful up to the point where it's Archon Tempest, and that's a long way off.
I'm so surprised that Oz is not getting a cannons in his middle lines, by the way.
I'm actually a little bit worried now for Oz. Oz losing a few units. He's going to go up to 3 bases himself. He is not ready. He has not seen his army march across the map. He will have a Photon Overcharge or a Time Warp, but he is down in Colossus. It's 4 Colossus for Pigbaby against the 3 from Oz. It's 2 Immortals for Pigbaby against 1 from Oz. The Time Warp, Johan, is going to have to be very, very good. The majority of the army supply advantage from Pigbaby is in Zealots, though, so this won't be an easy fight for Pigbaby. It will all come down to engagement. Maybe.
Ooh, the Oracle in the main. There's nothing there. Hello!
So this is already going good now. He's forcing another warp in, another bunch of Stalkers. Those are units that Oz would rather not make in this phase in the game. He's looking for an opening, and he's going to go from the high ground. This is actually a really good position now for Pigbaby. Oz is going to have a hard time. Charge is ready. All of these Zealots will swarm in. Good time warps there by Pigbaby as well. I think Oz is in so much trouble, Johan. These Colossus of Pigbaby are going to have the time of their life. The Immortals are still doing work as well. Oz is losing everything, and the winner, or the runner-up of WCS America Premier League Season 1 is eliminated by this handsome young man on your screen, Pigbaby, who will have to play one more best of 3 today, though, to advance into the next round. But played a great best of 3 there, Johan.
Yeah, he did. In that last game, really great read. Playing defensively for the most part. He knew that he was ahead. He used the Oracle in a great way. He kept it alive for as long as he could. Then at the end, he saw there was no units in the main. It's almost always right when you see there is no units in your opponent's main to go for the probes. And then even if he's warping into 2 Stalkers, that gives you enough time to kill some more. That's what he did. And even behind that, he's like, you know what? I know I have enough army, so I'm going to just get into a good position, attack you, and finish you off. And that's exactly what happened. When you're behind on army supply like Oz was now, you want your Nexus to tank as much damage as possible to make up for that. But in this case, he put himself in a position where he had to fight, and his Nexus was not taking any damage. So essentially, that Nexus only helped with the damage that he was doing with the Photon Overcharge. But once you go past, say, like 40 army supply, I really feel like that Photon Overcharge doesn't do all that much as far as damage goes. It kind of tickles the Zealot here and there, and doesn't do too much.
It was a good series. It was definitely an enjoyable one, a pretty back-and-forth PvP series. If I would have to call the one MVP of that last game, it has to be that one Oracle. He made a Stargate just for one Oracle, didn't really do anything else with it, but he kept it alive for so long. The timing was really awkward, up to the point where Oz even thought, like, well, that's a hallucination, let it go. Suddenly it flies in, it's like, hey, it does some real damage. And it forced so many warp-ins in the phase in the game where Oz doesn't want to spend his money on Stalkers. He wants to get other units in that phase in the game. He wants to get his stack going a lot quicker. I definitely think he did some real work with the Oracle. There was excellent control.
Yeah, keeping it alive, I feel like is so important. When I have an Oracle, I'm so tempted
You want to go all the way out.
Don't you do it every time too?
I do it always. Like, go in, baby. Like, get as many as I can. I can either fly out now or 4 or 5 more. It's just like you're like counting for yourself. It's like 3, 4, 5, and then you know it's gonna die.
Counting out loud.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's the time of my life. But perhaps it's better to keep it alive every now and then. Of course, we're having a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys are having fun and enjoying our live event broadcast from our new studio here in Burbank, Southern California. It's the first time we have people in the house. It's the first time we have actual gamers in the studio. And we would love to hear from you guys. And of course, there is a handsome man that's going to tell you guys all about how you can reach us. He's standing with a microphone. Clutch, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, that was quite a series. My prediction went to whoever was going to win on Overgrowth, since both these players lost on Overgrowth, but they won on Frost. Pigbaby was able to take it. Oz, a veteran when it comes to WCS, a veteran when it comes to StarCraft 2. The sun has set on his journey so far for this season, but he will return next season most likely. The Royal Road continues for Pigbaby as he moves on and fights the loser of the next match. And the next match is going to be Heart versus Shigwa. Some are saying that Shigwa's performance already has been an upset. We're going to have to wait and find out who's going to continue on to the round of 8 between those two players. As a reminder, please follow us on Twitter at StarCraft. Make sure to use that hashtag WCS. And a lot of people are throwing in their predictions thinking who's going to make it. That's the question of the day. Who's going to make it through Group A to join us in the round of 8? We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, the series between Heart and Shigwa. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WCS America.